This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So today we'll discuss about what comes in the position of forex. So here, the first one and very important, SOLL, okay, and DIVA, DIVP, and AX star star. These four are calculated by the function and stored in this. These four are calculated by the function, okay, PRT, PRTT, stored in a table, runtime table, okay, same PRTT, guys, okay. The table name and the function name both are same, and DIVP, okay, this is stored in PRTA table. Now we have AU star star and paid leaves AB star star. These are calculated by the function PAB, stored in a table PRT, also PRX. There is one more table, we will discuss about that once we see that. These two tables, how to read these two tables, three tables, if you understand, that is enough. Okay, now this is always active days of an employee, okay, or you can say the days with employment status equal to 3. Okay, all days counted with the employment status 3 days. The active days are, you can also call it as a to be paid days. Okay, to be paid days are hours days. Okay, actually the days, okay, the actual days are hours to be paid to the employees. Okay, this I'm explaining in a general terminology, not in the terminology explained by SAP. Whenever you see SOLL, okay, you remember that this is an active day. You will be paying active days only, right? Okay, you will be paying on active days only. Okay, say for example, employee joined on 21st of April. 21st of April. Okay, and he is there until 30. So what is SOLL? What is SOLL days here?
Yes, sir.
How many?
Yes.
How many?
10, sir. 10 days.
10, yeah. So 10, how you are counting 10? I didn't tell you to count it in the calendar days. So it could be 10. It could be 6. If you count it in a working days wise counting, it could be 10 or it could be 6 working days counting. It could be 48 working hours counting. When you count it in the second digit, if the second digit is K, it is 10. If the second digit is A, if it is 6. If the second digit is S, then it is this. Right? So these are the days. If the company is calculating the days, the salary in terms of calendar days, this is the way we pay it, right? We pay it. If the company is calculating in terms of working days, this is the way we pay it, right? Okay, so and we will be paying hours for 48 hours because there are 4 day hours. So these are active days. Employee might be on unpaid leave or a paid leave during these 10 days. So when you are calculating the SYLL, we will never see, okay, we will never see whether the day is a holiday or not, okay, whether yeah, the day is a holiday or not, we don't see it, guys. If employment status is 3, okay, then that means employee is active, so count the day. So we don't see whether the day is a holiday, employee has taken paid leave or unpaid leave, okay, don't bother about it when we are counting the SYLL. If employment status is 3, count the day, okay, count the day. If it is a calendar days, every day is counted. If it is a working days, only the days other than days are counted, working hours. Okay, these are as well. Another example. So in the month of May, he is there for full period. Then what is SYLL?
$31 days.
Again, 31 days in terms of
Calendar days.
Calendar days.
calendar days. 22 or 23, I assume 23 is in terms of working days. 23 into 8 in terms of working hours. Now employee terminated on June 11th. Terminated. Tell me.
$10 days, 10 active calendar days.
Again the same thing. Now, there is a salary increment. Let's say he joined in April 1st, 1 to 20. Okay, salary 10,000. Now, 21st to 30. Okay, it is 20,000. How do you calculate the payment here? 10,000 divided by what?
30, sir. 10,000
30
divided by
into
30 into 20.
20. Now here again,
Calendar day.
you are using a calendar days wise. Okay, 10,000 divided by 20,000 divided by 30 into 10. Yeah. So what is SYLL here? Which number is SYLL here?
20 and 10, sir.
Now tell me the 6th digit of this parameter. The selected value. What is the parameter for the selected value? How do you read it?
TKDIBI.
We didn't even discuss about DIVA yet. Rate equal to T. I'm saying what is this 20? I mentioned T here because I'm reading partial period. What comes in the second digit?
K.
K.
Okay, sir.
And what comes in the next 4 digits?
SYLL.
SYLL. SYLL, remember that, is never used in the denominator. It is never used as a divisor. Okay, SOLL is always multiplied with a daily rate or hourly rate, depending on the calculations. It is always multiplied with a daily rate or a calendar days. SOLL is never used in the denominators as a divisor. Now, what is this 30? In April, it is 30. In May, it is 31. Okay, in May, it is 31. In February, it is 28. Right? Okay. Now, the client wants this to be a working days formula. Okay, working days formula. So it would be if you remove if let's say it is a 5 days a week. Okay, I'm removing 6 day hours in this, so it would be 14. From this, I'm removing 2 day hours. Is it correct formula? Assuming 22 days in April, he is there for full period. There is an increment of salary. Is it correct?
No.
No, sir.
Why is not correct?
Divided by 23.
If you are paying it for the working days, if you are paying for the working days, the rate also has to be calculated based on working days. Okay, rate also, if you are prorating the value based on calendar days, then the total active days should be calendar days. You are paying for the calendar days, right? So the rate should be calculated based on calendar days. So if it is K here, the divisor also K. If it is A here, the divisor also A. Remember that. Okay. If it is yes, okay. How do you calculate this? Let's say how much? 176, huh? Now you're calculating hours. Now is it correct? What should be here? Okay. Is it clear? If you are calculating the hourly rate, then you have to pay for the hours only. Right? So client might pay the employee in terms of calendar days. Client might pay the employee in terms of working days. Okay, or they calculate the salary in terms of working hours. It could be anything. It could be any formula the client can use. But the rule is, if you are paying for the calendar days, the rate has to be kept based on calendar days. If you are paying the working days, the rate also should be based on working days. Okay, paying for hours, then rate also should be hours. Okay, now what is this value? You see, if you see DIV, that is a divisor. DIV parameters are used for the rates calculation, guys. Okay, DIV is a parameter for the rates calculations. So this is used in the denominator always. Okay, either DIVA or DIVP. Okay, DIVA or DIVP. When you are counting the DIVA or DIVP, it will never see employees active or not. It will never see employees active or not. How does it count? How does it count? It takes the pay period from the control record. Okay, it takes a pay period from the control record. What is control record pay period? Let's say it is April. In April, according to work schedule rule, in April, according to work schedule, how many working days are there? Working hours are there. Okay, how many total working days are there? How many total working hours are there? How many calendar days are there? Are counted. Are counted. So in this case, tell me, what will be the DAVI, KDAVI, ADAVI, SDAVI? Anyone? In the first case?
30.
Hmm?
30. First case is 30 and second case 22.
30. Your voice is low, ma'am. 30.
Second
Next.
case 22.
22. Next.
176.
Perfect. So even though employee is joined from 21st of April, we are not checking what is his joining date. Okay, we are checking what is his pay period first. In the control record, it is April. In April, according to work schedule, how many calendar days are there? How many working days are there? How many working hours are there? That's what is DAVA. But when you are counting SOLL, you have to pay for the active days of employee. Then it is depending on employee data. Okay, employee data file and the date of termination. But DAVA and DAVP is not depending on employee date of hire or date of terminations. Okay, it is depending on the employee pay period in the control record, not pay period in the payroll. When I say pay period in payroll, this is the pay period in payroll. Pay period in the control record. Okay, whenever DAVA is validated, it will go to the control record and it will take the pay period. It will take the pay period. In this period, according to the work schedule maintained to the employee, the name of the work schedule maintained to the employee, how many calendar days are there? How many working days are there? Now again, in this case, one more example. Employee joined just before month closing. Let's say April 29. What will be this? SOLL, tell me.
Yes, sir. 2 days.
2 days, 16 hours.
Okay, 2 days, 16. Yes. Next, what will be DAVA?
2 days, 16.
That's what is the confusion here.
30, sir. 30, 22.
When you are counting the DAVA, never look at the employee date of hire. Look at the pay period. What is this pay period? April pay period. Right? According to the control record, the pay period is April. Okay. Now, what is the employee work schedule rule? 5 days work schedule rule. In April, okay, according to this work schedule, how many working days are there? How many calendar days are there? Assume it is May. Then
3/24.
3. Let's assume all the 3 are working days. Okay, 24. Now here
31, 23.
31.
you got this? You understood this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
DAVA, sorry, this is DAVA. Okay, now take the case. Take this case only. For us, take this case. 1 to 20 or 1 to 15. Employee is in WSR, 6 days WSR. Okay, 6 days WSR. 16 to 30 employees in 5 days WSR. 5 days WSR. Now tell me the SOLL and DAVA is here. Calendar days.
30
days.
23 or
Let me
26.
put this here. KSOLL, KSOLL, SSOL. Yeah. How many here?
30. 30.
I will also put this. Then tell me.
15,
15, sir.
15.
12, 12 or 13.
Only 2 day offs are possible, right? Okay. 3 day offs also possible. Some very rare case. Let's assume 2 day offs. Okay.
13.
Only 2 day offs are possible. So 13. 13 into 8. Now here.
16, 15,
Assume 4 day offs.
11.
11.
Now tell me TKDAVA, TADAVA, TSDAVA.
30, sir. 30.
30,
30, yes.
30,
22,
20.
4.
Now tell me, this is what is important. Calendar days anyway don't be, calendar days, it won't be changed. Okay, based on work schedule. Now ADAVA, SDAV is important. Now tell me what is ADAVA here.
26, sir.
Huh?
26.
26, perfect. And here,
26 into
6 into 8,
26 into 8.
208.
Yeah.
Now here,
30,
30,
perfect.
20, and
26.
23.
26 or 22. Look at the work schedule.
22 into 8,
170.
So, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this? SOLL is to be paid. Okay. Now, this is where you can build the formulas. Now, client is saying pay or prorate the salary based on calendar days. Prorate the salary based on calendar days. Now, calendar days, active days are how many? This. Okay. Calendar days in a pay period are how many? 30. So, what should we do? Okay. Active days. This is how it can be TKSOLL divided by TKDAVA. Right? This is a factor in which you need to pay. Okay. Unpaid absences we have not discussed yet. We will discuss that later. Yes or no? Or else you can take it like this. This is the basic salary amount by number of days TKSOLL. The formula, if you write like this or if you write like this, either is fine, right? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Can I write in both the ways?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So prorate in terms of calendar days. So this is the method we normally use. Okay. So I'm removing this. You understand this? Both are same or not? Agreed?
Sir.
Okay. So this divided by this into amount. Okay. Prorate the salary based on working days. Prorate my salary based on working days. How do you write it? $13 in first split, 13 divided by
Divided by 26. Sir.
26. Clear? In the second split, 11 divided by 22. You do not have to write 2 times. This will take care for each partial period, right? Because you are doing it based on partial period. So if you have 2 splits, 2 times executed, 3 split, 3 times executed, right? So working days formula. Working on a scheduled days. Prorate the salary in terms of hours. Scheduled hours. Then, what is the hourly rate in the first partial period? What is the hourly rate in the first partial period? Amount divided by
Divided by
amount,
172.
amount divided by what? How much?
172, sir.
No. I'm asking what is the hourly rate in first partial period? Anyone? What is the hourly rate in the first partial period? What is the formula for hourly rate? Amount divided by
Total number of hours.
what is that number here?
8, sir.
See, according to the plan working time, how many hours are here? 208. The first period hourly rate would be amount divided by 208. The second period hourly rate would be amount divided by 176. So that's what is USDA. Is this clear? The purpose of SOLL and DAVA?
Sir.
So whenever you are counting DIVI, do not look at the employee hire date or a termination dates. Only look at this employee pay period is what in control record. Take that period. Take that pay period. In that period, according to the work schedule rule of an employee, okay, in that pay period, according to the work schedule rule of employee, how many working days are there, how many working hours are there, how many calendar days are there? Because that is what we use in the denominator as a divisor in calculation of a daily rate or hourly rates. Calculation of day value, calendar day value, working day value, or hourly value. Okay, with that result, we are going to multiply with the active days of an employee. So we have not reduced unpaid leaves. We have not reduced unpaid leaves. Clear? We have not reduced unpaid leaves here. Now, in the same example, in this example, employee has taken 5 days unpaid leave. Employee has taken 5 days unpaid leave from or 7 days unpaid leave from 13th to 7 days mean 19th. Okay, unpaid leave has taken. What should we do? How do you pay? Now I'll give you the day hours. 14th is the day off. Okay, 14th. And if it is a 14th day off, then there won't be any day offs. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, Friday. Okay, there won't be any day offs. 14th is the day off. Tell me. What do you do? How do you pay the employee? In the first split and second split. So this unpaid leave also will be split based on WPBP, guys. This unpaid leave also split based on WPBP. If it is split based on WPBP, then 1 to 15th is one record. 1 to 15th is one record. 16th to 19 is another record. Okay. 16 to 19 is another record. Now, here, TKAU star star, TKAU star star, TAAU star star unpaid leaves, TSAU star star. Now you tell me this, guys. What are the values here? When I say calendar days of absence, how many days are here?
Sir.
Hmm?
12.
Calendar is 3 days.
Calendar days 3 days. Working days are how many?
2 days.
Okay, next.
16.
Now here, in the second record, calendar days are how many?
4 days.
Okay, 4 days. Working days, 4 days. Okay, 32 hours. Now, how do you write this formula? See, this SYLL, these 3 days are part of 15, right? Yes or no? When you are counting SYLL 15 days, within that we have absence also. Okay, you need to reduce that absence. How do you reduce that absence? How do you reduce that absence? TK SYLL 15 minus. Should I use TK or TA or TS here? What should I use? TKAU or TAAU or TSAU?
TKAU, sir.
TKAU.
TK.
Why TKAU?
Calendar days absence.
Calendar days.
Perfect. So here also, here
TA.
TSS 13 minus 2.
Working days absence.
Yeah.
TAA.
TA.
Next.
TS.
TAASU.
TSAU.
TS.
Yes.
AU. That's it. The proration formula. So when the first split is processed, 15 minus 3 divided by 30. When the second split is processed, 15 minus 4 divided by 30 in terms of calendar days. Similarly, in working days, 13 minus 2 divided by 26. 11 minus 4 divided by 22. That is a factor in which we need to pay in terms of working days. If it is working hours, okay, 13 into 8, how many? 112, 192. Okay, 104. Clear. Now 106 minus 16 divided by 208. 88 minus 32, okay, divided by 176. Okay, so this is the reason why SAP has given these parameters. Okay, so how AU is counted, we will see. We have to configure this, otherwise we should be configuring this, which absence is unpaid leave, which absence is a paid leave. Okay, we have not defined whether the absence is a paid or unpaid in time management. We never define that in time management. Okay, whether it is a paid or unpaid, and the valuation part of any absence created in the system is in payroll. Is in payroll, not in time management. In time management, of course, you have a quota. Quota is what? It is a limit. It is a limit. It doesn't specify whether the leave is a paid or unpaid. So whether it is a paid leave or unpaid leave, this is something you need to configure in payroll. Clear? Now that configuration is done, then you can identify how these values are generated. Sometimes client will not take the actual divisors. They will not use the actual divisors. Okay, when I say actual divisors means what? In February, see, this is April. Suppose if it is March, what will be the value here?
31.
31, right? If it is a March, it will be 31. If it is April, 30. If it is a May, again 31. If it is February, not a leap year, then it will be 28 calendar days. So it varies from month to month. This TKDAVA, TADAVA, it varies from month to month. Sometimes the client say proration is always based on 30 irrespective of the month. The proration is always based on average calendar days, guys. Okay, average calendar days, average working days, average working hours. It is not actuals. It is not actuals. Then we use DAVP. What is DAVP? When I said TK DAVP, it is always 30. When I said TA DAVP, it is always 22, irrespective of the month. TS DAVP, it is always 22 into 8. You understood? So these are average calendar days, average working days, average working hours formula. In such a case, we will be using DAVP, not DAVA. So how the system arrives these values and where these values are stored and how do we read these values, we will discuss tomorrow. You understood DAVP?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are constants, guys. These are not something calculated by the system. These are average constants. Constant from V underscore T for 10 H, I guess. Okay, these are the constants based on frequency. Again, constant based on frequency. This is a constant from InfoType 8. Pay period working hours field is there, right? Okay, so your clients might use these formulas or might use this formula. Okay, 80% of the times, 70 to 80% of the times they use this. Okay, some clients use this average calendar days, average working days, average working hours, and some clients use even complex formulas. Okay, so which parameters here? I gave you 6 parameters. Which parameters are used in the rates calculation? Which parameters used in the rates calculation? Anyone? Which of these parameters?
DIVA
Only DAVA?
or DIVP?
So either DAVA or DAVP. Only these two are used in the rates calculation. Only these two are used in the rates calculation. Remember that. Okay. Now I told you. Okay. To calculate the rates, hourly rate. Hourly rate. Your client can use a hourly rate, average basis, or actual hours basis. Average hour basis, actual hours basis. Now if you write a formula, amount divided by, let's say amount already there, right? In the second rule, /001 guys, right? It has an amount. Now what I would do is write equal to TS DI VP. Take the pay period working hours from input app 8. Okay, divide amount stored in the rate 0 equal to A. Remove the amount and keep the rate as it is and move the output table. Move it to output table. Now will it work? Earlier I used 176, right? Now it will work for all the pay periods or not? It works for weekly, it works for hourly, hourly employees, monthly employees, bi-weekly, semi-monthly or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You do not have to check whether employees are weekly or bi-weekly or semi-monthly, just like the way we have written the rule earlier. Now daily rate calculation, guys. What is the formula? Divided by amount divided by calendar days or no? Amount divided by calendar days, right? So what should I do here? TK, DI, VI. It can work for monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly. Okay? It can work irrespective of the work schedule of employee. Okay? Now the third rate is what? /003. I said working days. TA, DI, VI. So if you write this rule, it can work in any calendar month. It can work for any frequency. It can work for any work schedule rule, be it a 6 days or a 5 days of work schedule rule. So you do not have to write these rules. The other day we have written the rules, right? Okay, please. I'll show you the rules tomorrow, guys. Okay, first let me show you how these parameters are calculated and then stored in a tables. Any question? The batch number 44.
Yes, sir.
Catch you tomorrow, guys.